Vegas, understanding that being Black in America is a real thing and the relevance of being African American is reality. You do understand that freedom was never free, perhaps. You really didn't understand that this thing we live under, the Constitution, really should make a difference in your life, but it should. I mean, all of the protections that it offers, and then we don't get any of them? Seriously? And then they go about their business as if we don't exist. And I'm saying enough is enough. Don't you agree? And so this election is going to make the difference. Will you be heard? Yes, you will. As soon as you register to vote, make a plan to vote this election because freedom was never free. And there's more than just the few people that you see every day participating, as it is we, the people. And you understand how when we come together, we're just going to advocate. As Mary J. Blige, she's been working her whole life, tired of working, but she didn't understand that she just the harvest, along with Usher and Snoop, all of them who pay those taxes. And then do you pay taxes? Well, maybe not, but guess what? Somebody's providing services to you. And if they're providing service to you, then they're getting paid. And therein lies the circle. It's of deceit. Mhm. They act like Title One wasn't Title One, or perhaps we didn't understand what the McKinney-Vento grant actually did, or what economic impact aid is for. But anytime the federal government supports a state in advocacy, well, free and reduced lunch, but everybody gets free lunch here, just like everybody gets free mental health services. And if that is the case, well, then how is it making a difference? And I'm saying, but it's not relevant. You saw that young man dive over the desk. I mean, he dived over the desk to get to that judge. That had taken his freedom. And I'm saying, well, he had worked so hard and to participate in the process. And I'm saying, and he finally made it. But then something happened before he got that support. And I'm saying, do you, well, hello. Do you not understand mental health services is just mental health? Well, we'll all have some kind of issues in America, as it doesn't really matter. Hello, hello, and welcome. You've got to follow me, subscribe or something, because I have to build more than the few people that are following me. Everybody has to get in and share. Get in where you fit in, boo, because get in and fit in, that's what I'm going to say. As an American, who are you? And that's what I really want to understand. It's not about the law. It's about human rights. That's what it's about. And you have to understand that we all are human. So therefore, what? We have human rights. And that would be the right to benefit. As just as they want to benefit, we want to benefit too, don't you? Well, guess what? Understand this. Everything you probably need to know is out here. And you can just ask AI or ask Google, hey, Google, why don't you tell me something? And Google will tell you everything you need to know. And that's just, I'm a kid. Well, hey, if you're a kid, then you already know. You probably shouldn't even be on this podcast. But, and that's up to your mama. Your mama gave you permission to use her phone, her cell phone, or her computer. You got permission. In the fourth grade, let me tell you something. You need to make sure that you can read and comprehend the King's English. And once you hit the third grade, read at the third grade level. Reading is fundamental. Oh, your daddy bought it for you? Well, at least your daddy doing something. Not every daddy chooses to step up. You understand that? That's just real. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You know how to use the phone, and actually you know how to speak in the phone and get your words correct, because that's what you do. And you're it's like, you already know how to work the phone. My grandbaby, she know how to work it. She know how to work the phone. She make all these emojis. Oh, all these wonderful ages. Where's your parents at? Y'all is not even, I don't know, parental. Yes, I am a GMO. I finally got to be a grandma. This, no, my grandbaby, she's 5 years old. She's 5. And she's awesome. And she knows how to use the phone and she knows how to do what? Make emojis. Oh, your parents are awake? That's awesome. Mhm. Because, the thing is that what will you do? Because this is 2026. And are you reading at grade level? I hope so. Because reading is fundamental. Oh, you got a baby brother. That's awesome. You're gonna be a big person to that baby. That's right. A good example is a good example. Yeah. Life is what it is though. Yeah. At least you can watch Moana. Moana's coming out with a whole new, 2 years old. Well, he's still, two. Yeah. 2 and 3, still a lot of work. That's what I'll say. In America, here we are. Most people don't even have children, choosing not to have children. That's real. Choice is everything. It's a lot of work. Children, my oldest is 42 and he has one. My 40-year-old has none. And my 29-year-old, he don't have none either. So I only have one grandbaby. Well, maybe I'll get some more. And frankly, I don't care if you come, fully equipped with one or two, whatever. You can have 3 or 4, as long as you know what you need to do. I mean, carving out a way. Oh, yes, that does happen. Truly, it does. But guess what? You should never let anyone abuse you because that's why you have a mouth to share your concerns. But somebody did something to you, you must tell. Yep. Understand it'll be only worse if you choose not to tell. So, telling is a good thing. hmm Yep, because your parents can handle that. They really can. You have two parents or one parent. You have two or one. Makes a difference. It takes two to make a baby. It really does. But it only takes one to love one. And that's just real. Good one. Good job. In America, you have to have a community that supports families. And I'm seeing now that perhaps America got off task. We used to have one America. And now I don't know what we have in America. I don't know what this really looks like. Mm, because there is news and there is bad things that are happening to people. And what can I say? I, yes, please do what it is you do because you shouldn't be out here in the open, in the internet. That's just real. Mhm. Open internet. That's what they're going to fix. They're going to fix it so that if little ones are doing what they shouldn't be doing, that they don't get to do it. And hold parents accountable for what little ones do, which I believe, I don't know, my 29-year old, well, he's pretty responsible. And that's what I'll say. Responsibility is everything. Mhm. Obligation is what it is. Here we are. And that's kind of sick because of the ability to, yeah, that's what it is. It's that happy face at the end. That's kind of whatever. It is what it is. It is something that people like to do, play games. Games people play night and day, they just ain't lacking what they will do. Keep on fooling you. Been down too long, right, wrong, hey, it just ain't lacking. What can I say? Ah, I'm okay, I think. Mhm. I see this nation as being very broken, as we have Usher and we have Snoop Dogg, but then we had, all these things that are not so cool. And we have to ensure that in America we have this one nation under God. And who is the God? Well, hey, you decide. Indivisible, meaning not dividable by whatever. And it is what it is. But when you have all of these things that are just going on wrong, and people are just not making it, and homelessness is a reality. And then the president, he's not supporting that housing bill. Well, I didn't think he would, but but what he said was that if you own property, well, you should just rent it out. And I'm saying, well, when you rent your property out, if somebody ain't taking care of it, then you got a lot. I mean, who's going to pay for all that? That's the problem. Who pays for it when it gets damaged? And if it's not you, well, what can I say? It is you. That's why you have to have responsible people being responsible for everything and let people earn. They have to earn their way. There are some yeah, there are a lot of cool singers, but guess what? They paying taxes. Taxes is what we're only concerned about the taxes because bing, 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 human capital. That's what Microsoft said. And then everybody started saying, oh, I'll subscribe. But then subscriptions were really whatever. And demonstrating what? Who has the ability to move the needle? Will the needle move? I don't know. But guess what? Failure should never be an option. But because somebody is out there brushing the broad, thing like F, or mm, here is kind of crazy because they have this thing called the harbor and the haven. Now, the haven gets involved when there's been some wrongdoing with the Department of Health and Human Services, and the haven can get involved and take your children somehow because they have law enforcement get involved whenever you're doing bad behavior, that bad behavior. But there are and there used to be or there are organizations in other states, but it matters what the state is doing with the money. If they're paying organizations to help you get out of trouble, I really don't understand. I mean, the whole thing is that we are one nation under God, and there's so many people that are here of because I mean, come on now. This was all a part of Mexico, I believe. And now it is what it is. Mhm. It is what it is because it is what it is. And that's just what it is. And what are we saying? I'm not saying anything. I'm saying I pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America unto the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all of the people who look like me. Darlene Anderson, I'll say. And then, even if it's just for me, that's what I pledged allegiance to. Now, whatever you pledged allegiance to, well, that's on you. I have no idea because you have a mental illness if you're out here talking as a child and you have correct punctuation. And that's the problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're mentally ill pretending to be something that you're not. Because you have a lot of dialogue for someone who's 9 years old. And I'm saying, well, whatever, Snooker Coco 3964, probably just whatever you are is whatever you are because you have correct punctuation. And that's a problem because children wouldn't have that level of correctness. But of course, even at 68 years old, I don't have it either. But what can I say? It is what it is. And people gonna be what they're gonna be anyway. No, my stepfather, he was Air Force. And my husband was Air Force too. I think I like that branch of the service, but it really doesn't matter. No, here we are living in America, and here we shall be living in America. 'Cause I was born in the USA, because I'm born in Mississippi. You think I'm going anywhere? Hell no. Hell no. Because I'm not going anywhere. And why would I go? Where would I go? I'm staying here because this is where I was born. Born in the US. Many people understand about that being born in the USA. Hmm. Well, when they say I'm proud to be an American, when at least I know I'm free. And I know that I'm free here in America. But you have to choose to be who you're going to be. And you have to understand that it is you always. It's your make believe, your make believe concept of who you're presenting yourself to be ignorant. If you think that I believe that shit. Oh, Lordy. Because you talking about your daddy like your ass is really a child, and you're not a child at all. Hmm. It is really what it is. Maybe so in America. What can I say? Yep. And anyways, control. Ignorance is not bliss. And that's just whatever. Ignorance is not bliss. And I can't believe anything I'm seeing because ignorance is not bliss. You get it, right? So enjoy yourself as you live in your make-believe world. And your make-believe world, understand with your punctuation's correct. Do you? I have no intention on doing anything that you're doing. But please like, subscribe, and share because that's how I am going to just power feed some kind of lessons on something. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All I can say is that America, God bless the USA. That's what I can say because God does. He blesses those who bless themselves by following his word. And, it's sometimes people really don't understand. Like, why you out there looking for a job when you have a skill and you could be sharing your skill, teaching people how to do what it is you know how to do, creating your own job or creating your own work. I'm not concerned if you're here or not. That's what you need to understand. Ignorance is not bliss. I'm just out here talking because I can, because I have the power to do what it is that I do. So I do it and I do it well. Believe I do it well. Mhm. So, in understanding that, well, perhaps it is we, the people. I don't even understand what I can, remove you if you're such a child, whatever. Go in there and go in the settings and do it. Yeah, it is real. Hmm. Who knows? Ignorance is not bliss. I don't have time for that. But it is a joke. And it's a reality. It's like being human capital. That's what you are. Not me. Because I know who I am. Ciao, Bella. Ciao. It's real. Ciao. Yeah, here we are, living in America with the lack of knowledge. And what is today? Today is Thursday. Oh, McDonald's will be packed. People will be over there packed in early because they want to get everything that they didn't get for cheap today. Because people didn't really spend money yesterday. There was so much stuff in there, and there'll be a lot of stuff in there today. People will be skewing it down. I don't know if I want to get any more stuff. I don't think so. Not today. Maybe I'll wait till next week because 54 cent is 54 cent on Friday. You get up there at MacBiz on Racetrack and Boulder Highway here in Henderson. It's called MAC, MAC, and then BIDS. And on Friday, it's 54 cents. So you just have to be in line at 10 because I think you can get in at 10 when you have the membership and then go in there and get your stuff. Yep. Buy a whole lot of stuff and then you have to figure out what to do with that shit. That's the problem. Oh no, I don't need a question and answer series. I'm just out here talking and trying to understand that this is 2026 and we have so many African American young people that are just not making it. And we have all these elected black officials because they are, well, of color. Maybe they are not considering themselves to be black. Maybe, not this kind of, but maybe they're just everywhere else. And being multicultural, perhaps that's what it is. But it doesn't matter because failure was never going to be an option in America, not with the forced mandatory public schools. Public school is forced. I mean, that's why we give these tools to DAs, district attorneys across the nation to work with families who lack what? Parenting skills. Whatever they lack, we're gonna make sure they got it. And that's just real. But it's just so unfortunate you don't understand the power that you've given someone. Oh, somebody got a bomb to share. Oh, whatever. And so I'm just saying that, we have all these tools and resources that exist through states so that they can ensure that adequacy happens for the people who look like you, and then it's not happening. So what do you do when failure? What do you do? Paskey delivers the GOP congressman's answer to the high prices in lobster or something. I don't know. It's bullshit. I ain't eating no lobster anyway. hmm So, anyways, just understand we have work to do. And now it's coming through the mental health services. Okay. Well, perhaps we don't need anybody discussing and describing who we are. We need to describe and discuss who we are. And that's just real. Because failure is just not an option in America. Why would you allow someone to push you to the lowest lows of the lows, and then do what? Not do what? Not provide any support to the people who look like you. Enough is enough. So I was just going to try to understand why there is an 88% population of black children in the juvenile facility here in Nevada. And this is the entertainment capital of the world. And they brought the Raiders here. I mean, they brought all this blackness here. And we have all this blackness. I mean, Tupac was his life ended here on the strip, and they sing about that. And I wasn't here then, but I mean, come on now. But when Usher and everybody has the key to the city, what are we saying? And so enough is enough. And enough is enough, truly, when Diana Ross is still got Regency on the strip. And Monique, she was here, she was on the strip. She had a Regency thing too. And I'm just saying, whatever. There is no Moulin Rouge. And there is no black organization that, I mean, Kendrick ain't here. Understand, Kendrick's not coming because they couldn't control the momentum. They couldn't control Kendrick Lamar. Hmm. And then here we are, still living in America. And it's confusing because here in Nevada, they had a 259% issues of willful defiance. And I said, well, what is that? I'm just confused. But then I don't understand what social emotional learning is. No, because my son, my last child, he was in the spectrum, but he graduated above proficient. And I'm saying, he graduated above proficient. And when I took him to have the assessment, he don't need no more. He was already in English 1A. I mean, he corrects my grammar sometime. And that's okay. But who are you? And what are we doing? as failure has become an option that perhaps we really don't understand. When failure is an option, then what are we really doing? We're paying people to do what? I mean, to provide what services? Zero, zero accountability. Enough, enough. No, people have to climb the ladder and climb out of the hole because it's just not going to be something that we do just to do. No, because we're still paying taxes. hmm and because the system is set up and established to run on tax-based system, you know what I'm saying? Taxes, and then you take so much money and hold it from people. Yeah, trying to keep my mama's taxes. My mama was due a tax return, and the state of Nevada somehow has their hands in it. I don't know how. But it was they're helping people. They're not for profit that was trying to keep the taxes. And I'm saying, oh no, boo, did you not know? You don't get to keep that. So come on now. Let it go. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Okay, let it be. I'm just trying to understand well what's happening because it's not happening, just not happening the way I thought it would happen. But we're gonna have to figure it out one day at a time. Yeah, time to pick a monthly PayPal. No, thank you. We ain't picking a monthly nothing. I'm fixing it. The medicine. Yeah, something you wouldn't know anything about. Perhaps you would, and perhaps you didn't. Yep, I don't know. So many people. Everybody's got a thing. They soon ought to know how to handle it. But soon they're reaching out and vain. Hey, and always worrying about them smiling faces. Smiling faces. Sometimes pretend to be your friend. Smiling faces show no traces of the evil that lurks within. Can you dig it? Smiling faces. Sometimes they don't tell the truth. And smiling faces tell lies. And I got proof. Amen. Beware of the handshake behind the I'm a telling you, beware of the pat on the back. It just might hold you back. Jealousy, misery, envy. I'm telling you, you can't see behind smiling faces. Smiling faces tell lies, and they really do. They just don't tell the truth. But here you are, and this is 2026. When we have Head Start, when we have all of the federal dollars that are allocated to all these states to ensure that equity happens for the youngest and the neediest of children, and then we have just a lot of people who just ain't making it. And I'm saying that's a problem. Do you get it? Because they are stealing from the youngest and the neediest of children. It's just not working for everyone. So in 2026, life, liberty, and the pursuit of who and what will you be? As you know, I've been up for hours. I'm just tired. But it really doesn't matter. The conversation must continue. We must do what it is we do in the year of 2026. Fear of not being an option. And if the Black community is not making it, but guess what? It's time to pull together to make sure it does happen in 2026. Y'all, have a blessed day. Gotta be out of here. Peace out.